Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Jay Bickerflugs here, and welcome to the next episode of A Day in the Life. Well, it's Sunday morning, June 4th. Time is 1 a.m. in the morning. And you guys are probably like saying, why the heck are you up at 1 a.m. in the morning? Well, we've been having thunderstorms going through our area. And so far, I just stay up and stay alert. Now, when it always comes to severe thunderstorms, I'm always on the alert for some reason. Because you never know what Mother Nature could do. She could throw hail, she could throw tornadoes, or lightning bombardment. And so far, she could catch your house on fire, or apartment on fire, or whatever. Whatever you may live in, it could be destroyed. And so far, the good thing about it is we have amber alerts and severe weather alerts. For example, if you live in tornado alleys such as Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, all those spots, you may know that tornadoes can happen during the day or during the night. And, you got to be on the safe side. You got to get you and your family into a safe room, a basement, a storm cellar, whatever you may have. If you come up and end up on a thunderstorm that has potential of producing tornadoes, you got to be on the safe side, day or night. For me, I am always alert when it comes to severe weather. For my area or for Duncan's area in Muskogee, Oklahoma, I'm always watching over him and his family, and plus watching over me, and also watching over my dad and stepmother in love, and Brady. I mean, I got to watch over everybody, you know. Then I got my grandmother in Brownwood, my aunts and uncles as well that live in Brownwood. I've got a lot of family that lives here in Texas, and my friends out in Oklahoma, and my other friend Caleb, he lives already in Oregon with his girlfriend, so that's pretty nice. Think they're planning to get married sometime soon. I don't know when, but they keep us posted through Facebook and this and that. But anyway, well, I gotta say, the weather seems to be cooling off. The lightning, we had a couple of bright flashes. I was thinking we were going to lose power just like we did yesterday. And yeah, so far, electricity was out this morning. I don't know why, but it was out. Gotta say, the thunderstorms can literally do damage. Don't matter what type of damage they inflict, but they do the amounts extensive damage. But anyway, that's why I stay up and keep watch just to see what happens. Besides, a lot of times I can't sleep when it comes to the loud noises that are going on out there. But anyway. So yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on this Sunday morning. It's June 4th. Say, half the year is already gone. I can't even believe it. But anyway. A lot of times I'm looking at my canvas. And yeah, I'll show you which one I'm talking about. See if I could get it off the wall here. There we go. And yeah. Just really love to see my dog laugh. A lot of times I'm watching Love's new series, the reruns, and as the thunderstorms were rolling through, I was watching the first ever Love's New Series film, the 1 hour and 41 minute type film that I made way back then in 2020. And yeah, so far, I just really think that Love's New Series has been a great success. I think about her a lot, being out there in Brady, 2.5 hours away from San Antonio. Guys, I gotta admit that apartment living, having a no pet policy really sucks. I gotta say, it does. These apartment complexes are not worthy of people that move in. They tell you what you can and cannot do. They may think they are the bosses, but technically they're not. They're not my boss. I'm here to provide my living while I wait patiently to find my true place in the world. Guys, I gotta say that me and Benny, we were going to have our home together. I know I've said that, but clearly with me and him not together no more, I felt like I lied to y'all. And I feel embarrassed that I did. I said that in Love's new series that, me and Benny, we were going to get our home together. We were going to have something really good. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. And besides, if me and him were to get a house together, I don't know what he'll do next. I mean, with the untrustworthiness that's going on with him, I could be the one ended up paying all the bills and he just get a free ride. And so far, I don't think he's going to help. And I think about a lot of things that he's done. All the money that he took, and so far, I think about it all the time. I was thinking about it as I was driving around the area tonight. And, you know, all the money that he took and all the trouble that he was getting himself into a lot of times. And I wished I had a proper lawyer that I could go after him on. And I'd send him a scary letter saying that he's going to get a lien on his property, he's going to have his payments garnished. And so far, everything that could happen, it would be going against him. If he didn't pay back the money that was supposed to be paid back last year. And apparently that didn't even happen. And I really think that he should have done the right thing instead of sit there and flat up lie to people as he did. And I just know that he's not a trustworthy person, and I wished I should have followed my instincts the first day I met him. I know I shouldn't have trusted him to do anything. I went along with it. I felt sorry for him. I really did. He told me these stories of when he was part of the gang and he got shot, and all these bad things started to happen and this and that. He's done a lot of questionable things that I can't even beyond comprehend how to even explain. Joining a gang at drive-by shootings, there are some people that'll either end up dead or they either end up in prison because of their heinous acts of violence and crimes. And look where he is now. He's in a state of denial as he already is. He is haunted of his past, and that's why he needs physical and mental counseling. And I say it. He needs counseling from bow to stern. I know I don't mean to criticize him here, but I feel like actions need to speak louder than words. And I know that he sent me messages, and I know that I've almost lost myself due to the anger issues that I have. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on in my life, and it already is. I have to deal with stress problems. I have to deal with life in general. I mean, I think all of us have to deal with things in this lifetime of ours that we have to deal with. I mean, like I said, it's trials and tribulations that all of us deal with daily. And, I have a new job. I've got people that act like a bunch of idiots at work. And yes, I do say that out of what I say. They run around, they bicker, they fight, they argue, this and that, and this is what's caused division so far among this organization at Camp Bullis. And then have other things to worry about. I've got the rent to worry about, I've got Southland to worry about, which technically they don't even care about the people that are within the program. No, they could sit there and say, oh, I care about you, this and that, I want to help you. They're not even doing that. A year that I've been here, and they have not surprised me yet with anything. And like I said, my dad has told me, he's like, Jonathan, the reason why you're in there is because, you're getting cheap rent. You're getting $381 a month. That's good. If you move into an apartment all by yourself, you're going to pay $1,200 a month. You're going to pay water, sewage, electric, Wi-Fi, cable, garbage. I think I said garbage. I don't know. But anyway, everything that comes within the $1,200 that you have to pay for rent every month. And to tell you one thing, there is one person that's within this program that thinks that he's going to have his own place. And, they're just providing him this place. They're like, oh, you could pay $1,200 a month, and yet he doesn't even show up for work a lot of times. He calls in twice a week, and he gets 4 days off out of the whole week. And no, the manager got after him one morning and he said, I'm tired of you not showing up to work. You're full time. You need to be here. Stop making up these dumb excuses why you're not here. You know, to tell you one thing, if I was manager, I would have terminated him a long time ago. I would have said, you're just making up excuses. That's why you want to get out of work so badly. And it's a shame. It's a shame what he's doing. Oh, I flat up don't trust people within this organization. I don't trust Southwind. I don't trust anybody within the program itself. I really don't. I'm sorry to say that. But people like this guy, I really don't think that he should get a place on his own, and yet he doesn't show up for work. I will say this. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But he better not expect money from all of us. Or the whole organization that's gonna sit there and pay his rent. Let me tell you, I'm not here to pay anybody else's rent. I'm here to pay my rent. I'm here to pay for me and to take care of me. I'm not here to hold anybody else's hand. That's not my objective on this mission while we're here. I went through that with Benny. I'm not going to do it again. It is not my responsibility to have to pay for somebody else's rent. And clearly it's not. I'm saying it. I don't mean to sound rude, but I can't provide for anybody else but me. And being short on money, that's another different story. Having to recover after so many losses through the last 9.5 years, that's not easy. Having to pay Benny's rent for the last 9.5 years, I did that out of the curiosity and the kindness of my heart. I really thought that me and him were good friends, but I knew he turned against me. He was just a turncoat. He's just a user. He's everything. And no, I've done a lot of stupid things. I said it at the Springwood home. The night I was sitting at the table and telling you guys I'd done a lot of stupid stuff. I screwed up. And now look at it. 30 years I've continued to screw up and make errors in this lifetime of mine. I'm not a perfect person. Everybody knows that. But you know what? That's the part of living. We all screw up at some point. I've screwed up 9.5 years trusting Benny and trusting Sam's Club to do the right thing, and they both didn't do it. They both screwed me badly. And the thing about it is, guys, I know those two were a liability. And continuously, they will be a liability. I can't worry about Sam's Club because I'm no longer with the company. Because they hated me from day one. They investigated me on day one. They were looking at me, knowing that I was a hard worker, and I got plenty of awards to prove myself that I was a hard worker. When 2019 came along, when we got into that year, everything had already changed. There was these two ladies that came in, the woke managers. They were coming in, and no, they were changing things. They were doing a lot of things. They were the assistant woke managers. That's what I'm calling them. And 3 years that we've had to deal with these bad things, I gotta say, these things, they are really something that I can still remember to this day as being hurt and having my vacation time and my PTO stolen because of them. They rigged and stolen my PTO just like they did everybody else's. That's why you don't see managers at work most of the time. They're gone 2 to 3 weeks. And, they're getting paid over our stolen PTO and stuff. And they lied about it. Even though Benny, he said, oh, they're not even doing that. Ha, ha, ha. You stood corrected. There's a lot of people that got their time stolen and then the management lied to them about it. And I spent 6 to 7 weeks trying to put my paid time off in to go see Duncan get married. And look where that led me. They kept on denying my time. And I questioned them about it, and I even questioned the general manager. He said he couldn't do nothing about it. And I asked him, oh, I had 50 hours of paid time off. And they subtracted, they stole from me. And, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. And I'm like, no, the reason why you don't want to do anything about it is because you failed and lied to me at the same time. This is why Sam's Club is a liability. It's a liability company. And you think a lot of employees that went there, they were pretty much workers for them. They were mistreated along with everybody else, former or current. And I look at this company and I say to myself, it's a liability. And they've lied so many times. The organization is woke beyond belief. Everybody knows it. They know how bad and corrupt they are. And knowing that Sam's is losing money because they allow shoplifters to shoplift them. That one store has actually been broken into. One night, they broke through the front entrance of the building and they robbed the jewelry counter. They took everything. And they got away. Police showed up and they did the investigations. And so far, that was about $15,000 to $20,000 of stolen jewelry that they took. And the managers, they say, oh, it's just jewelry. We'll replace it. How in the hell are you going to replace jewelry that was stolen? With you losing this much money, that's just a lot of money that cannot be replaced because of their failed leadership and their lack of education. And it's the management's fault that they did not take all the jewelry out of the whole entire jewelry case. They allowed it to happen. It's their fault. Everything is their fault these days. They know it. They know they're a liability, and managers that don't do their job correctly, they need to get coached or either written up or terminated. It's the opposite. But you know what? The general manager just allows them to get away with murder a lot of times. And we all look at it. Just like that situation with the gas station with diesel being put in a regular tank. I question myself about that a lot because a lot of people lost their cars due to poor lack of leadership from the management. It's their fault they ordered the fuel. And it was that man who delivered for the gas company, it was his fault too. And I bet he literally got his ass fired for allowing that fuel being dumped in the wrong storage bin. I take that word back. I know it's not right to say that, but I will say he got his butt fired. And I think he darn well deserved it. Because how can you tell that the lids on every gas compartment are color coded? You have different types of color coded lids that go on that storage compartment. You have white for your regular, you have orange for your premium, and red for your diesel. And if you don't know what to do, just ask the manager or the store clerk and say, hey, which one is your diesel? And they'll point to that lid and say, look, it's that one right there. Put the diesel in that one. And so far, don't screw up like that man did with Sam's gas station. Put the gas in the right storage container, not the wrong one. Because if you put the wrong gas in the wrong storage container and people mistake, oh, there's regular in there. No, there's diesel in there. You're going to screw up their cars, and the company has to pay for the people's cars that were destroyed due to the diesel in their tanks. And literally, Sam's Club should have paid for everybody to get their cars fixed. But like I said, they are a liability. They didn't do that. They told everybody, oh, look, just call the claims department, get your claim, and this and that. Now, to tell you one thing, I would have sent Sam's a nasty letter saying that they are going to get sued. They're going to get their garnishes and their payments garnished. They're going to get their licenses they're gonna get that revoked at some point, and then they'll go out of business because everybody's seeing how corrupt they are. Everybody knows. Everybody's seeing what these so-called assistant managers are doing. Because evidently, when the general manager has his back turned, they're up to something. I don't know what. But anyway, I'm just glad I'm no longer with the company. I think I'm happy. No, because Sam's is not a good place to work, and I should have quit a long time ago. They lied to me so long, I don't know where to begin with them. It was them and Benny. And Benny has lied to me for so long, I don't know to where to go with him. But I will say this. The two are a liability. And a liability needs to get sued by a threatening letter in the mail saying that we're going to garnish his wages and this and that, put a lien on his property, and so on. Take them to court and sue them over everything that's happened. And that's if I had a proper lawyer, but I don't have a lawyer. And, so far I can't even do that. Just to get the money that is well deserved to me,